Welcome to Buy It All, the podcast where three resellers with very different styles talk shop, share stories, and probably argue about who got the better deal of the week. We got Jimmy, old school flips, and we got Keith, vintage sport flips. And I'm Ray, aka Triple R Collections. Together, we're breaking down the reselling world. Join us for weekly news, flips, tips, and some laughs. So grab your tape gun, kick back, and let's talk about how we buy it all.
Love that. We need to go buy it all, man. Everybody out there buying it all. That's what we're trying to get everybody to do. Go out there, go picking, and everybody buy it all. Welcome to the podcast. If you're watching this on Old School Flips right now, please jump over to the link in the comments. It's linked to our actual new Buy It All YouTube channel. Please go over there and subscribe if you like the podcast and you like what we're doing and you like talking reselling with us. What's going on, guys? I just want to get that out of the way real quick. Jump over there, hit that subscribe, and give us some comments and let us know how we're doing. If we're doing terrible, that's fine. Let Ray know. Don't let me know. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
And you can check us out on Spotify too. For any people driving and you want to, listen on the road, we're on Spotify.
That is Keith's department. So Keith, let him.
Yeah, that's great. While you're out going to your yard sales, while you're buying it all, you can listen to us.
Yep, absolutely. That's where I can listen to all my podcasts. I mean, reselling podcasts. I listen on YouTube, but I have it in my car playing audio. So
I listen to it.
Okay.
I listen to it on Spotify. I don't have the paid version though. So like one episode's over, one podcast. Like one time I was driving, I was listening to Trash to Cash, and then it ended. Next thing I know, I'm listening to some like murder solving podcast, and then there was one that they were playing about how it was all about people drowning. I'm like, I was listening to reselling, and now you're suggesting a drowning podcast? Like what? And how to prevent drowning? I mean, it's important, but I was like, what happened? How do we get here? But I listened to the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. You
might have saved your life. You might save your life someday with that accidental listen.
I'm not even making that up. That legit happened. I was like, and I probably listened to half an hour because I was like, all right, now I know how to prevent my drowning and other people's drownings. But it was interesting that it took me.
Can you hold your breath any longer?
Man, that's a struggle. I'm big and I've had asthma my whole life. Like I can't hold my breath. I'm doomed, is what I'm saying. Is I'm doomed.
Same here.
I cannot hold my breath for very long at all. Guys, we gotta. Everybody, let us know what you're packing on this Monday. We're recording a little bit early. I'm going out of town. It's we're recording this on a Tuesday, and this isn't dropping till Monday, so we're kind of way ahead. But still, let us know what you guys are packing. Did anybody let us know last week if they were packing? I don't think they want to tell us.
Yeah, Tim told us. I think Tim was packing all kind of stuff. I'm gonna pull it up now and see if I can find it.
Most of that stuff he found while he was here in Ohio too. That guy was a picking machine. Tim, we've already told you before, you were a picking machine while you were out here in Ohio. He found, and a lot of that stuff you're gonna say. I think he, like the moon and stars and quasars thing that he found.
I'm actually having trouble finding it right now. Maybe it was on I'm not sure if it's on the Buy It All channel or.
Yeah, I think it was on our new channel.
I think so too.
I was looking at it today.
I'm not seeing it. Yeah, but he was packing glass and clothes and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it was on the first episode.
That's right. So yeah. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you don't want to, maybe you're not packing anything. Maybe this has been a bad month for you guys. I don't know. Maybe you're not listening. Maybe nobody's listening, and that's why nobody's telling us. Maybe you just listen. You didn't make it this far into the episode. I get it.
There's definitely a lot of comments last week, for sure.
Yeah, I'm joking. I like to pick on the podcast I'm on. I think we're doing good, guys. I'm having fun, and I think we're a decent. We're a decent reselling podcast, but we got to ask Chad.
We're all right.
We're all right. Where's my Chad? What we're gonna ask him? Oh yeah. How do I want to frame this? I got to make sure he doesn't give like the super long response answer and totally drown us all out.
As long as he continues to speak British, that's
all that matters. He's bringing all the listeners. All right. What's going on, Chad? On eBay, you're allowed to block a bidder from buying from you and sending you messages. I tend to overreact. Ray told me I tend to overreact, and I'll block anybody for no good reason. What would you say is a good reason to block someone from buying stuff from you on eBay?
Yeah, totally understandable. A good reason to block a buyer on eBay usually includes things like a history of non-payment, lots of negative feedback, or if they've been problematic in past transactions. Some sellers also block buyers from certain regions if shipping's a hassle. Ultimately, it's about making your selling experience smoother and less stressful.
All right. So I definitely overreact according to Chad then.
I overreact too. I think I'm probably in your area of blocking people, Jimmy. I block a little willy-nilly. My block list is pretty extensive. I'd like to see that list.
Why did I say? I said I had a message from somebody. Oh, it's kind of along the same thing that we two topics, two birds, one stone, or what that I butcher sayings. I had someone that ordered something and they asked me to hold it for 2 weeks before I shipped it. And I told them that I gotta ship it right away per eBay's standards of me uploading tracking and getting it to you on time and this and that. And I thought their response was like they were mad at me. Like they were like, well, that's ridiculous. I should be able to ask to have an item held and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, I want to block this person. Like I don't want to deal with this person at all. Like they're mad at me because I won't hold it. Turns out they were mad at eBay. They after another couple messages, and I overreacted. I did. Couple messages, they were like, no, I understand that you can't hold it because eBay requires you to do that. I just think that's silly on eBay's part to not give me that option. But I wanted to block them because I thought they were mad at me.
Yeah.
And I can see like the view from the buyer's perspective, because they want it simple. They want it easy. Like now I never seen this before. I just had some auctions. They do have a way that they could like defer the payment, like in its auto pay. It can come out auto pay. I had an auction that ended like on Thursday, and it's not gonna what was Thursday? I don't know, what was it, the 18th or something like that. Auto pay doesn't come out till the 25th. Like, but there is auto pay. They just have it set like that, so it's if they add more items or anything like that.
That's totally against what so many sellers have been trying for to get that. Like, are you okay with that? Like, you're okay. Like most sellers I know don't want to let that sit on hold. Basically, for that, most of them when they sell something, they want their money and they don't want to wait for that payment.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because now, see, like I know we're going to get away from our subject a little bit, but
I noticed that too.
So that's okay with me. But I'm okay with that mainly because do you know how hard it is to get bundle orders?
You got a big order.
Well, I'm just saying they did that so because I have other auctions ending, they want to buy it all at once. They're going to buy it all.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Like it's so hard to get bundle orders on eBay anymore. There's the whole send in invoice thing doesn't really work anymore. Like the request total from seller, it's only partially works like one way. You have to go on a laptop or desktop or whatever, and nothing can be on sale. That's not how it should work.
I'm actually most of my selling career, I'm on your side, Ray, on that. Like I've always said, there's a lot of shoppers that send out a lot of offers, and they're kind of just waiting for all those offers to get either accepted or refused, and they want to pay all in one because maybe they have a coupon or they have something they want, or they have a gift card they want to use or whatever. And so they're just kind of waiting for all their offers to get accepted or refused. And then once they were all the ones that were accepted were they could put in their one cart and check out and pay for it all in one shot. Mm-hmm. But now that the auto pay thing exists, they can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I agree. It used to be so simple when people bought a bunch of stuff, send a combined invoice. Now with the auto pay, which, hey, I don't think anybody's complaining about auto pay, but I know people will say, can you combine shipping and refund me after the fact? And I feel like almost half the time I probably forget to do it, to be honest, because it's like once it's shipped, it's like out of your mind. So I feel bad. I always tell people, if I don't refund you, message me again and remind me, because it gets lost in the shuffle. But
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 written down right now that I have to do. I meant to do today, and I totally forgot.
yeah, I got to do a couple myself.
Well, on that point though, like it's not just buying from one buyer. They'll send, like, a big part of that point was they'll send offers to different sellers. They'll send offers to totally different sellers, but at their checkout, it's still just one checkout. You know, like they could send Ray an offer for a hat, and they can send Keith an offer for a pennant, and then they can send me an offer for an old school flips hat, and then we all accept those offers. Then when they go to check out, it's all in their one cart. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then they can use their gift card, or maybe they have an eBay coupon that they can use. I don't know. And so that no longer exists for that shopper. Like now that, because Ray accepts their offer, and that's auto pay. And maybe there's some I don't know about. I'm not a big shopper on eBay, but I feel like that's kind of like gone. You know what I mean?
Well, the biggest thing I think is, how many times is somebody going to go through and they're okay, I want all this stuff, but then they feel like they have to pay for, say if they get 10 items and they're going to 10 times the shipping price, it looks like they have to pay that up front just to get a refund. How many sales do we lose because of that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Look at us complaining about what so many resellers fought for.
Yeah.
So many eBay sellers. No, did you block them though? I would have blocked them. Just because that's what I do. I block everybody. My block list is pretty extensive.
I mean, how about I feel like I block the majority of people who request returns. Do you guys, I mean, unless it's like a legit return that I made a mistake.
I don't.
You don't, because anytime there's like a nasty tone in the message when they request a return, they're gone.
It's fun. I think that's funny because I will for sure. And you notice a lot of people that do a return, I feel like they don't realize that the seller sees their reasoning when they fill out, like eBay makes them fill out the reason why they're doing the return. And I feel like they don't realize that we see that too. I think a lot of buyers don't, when they do that, they don't realize, they think they're sending a message to eBay, and only eBay is going to see it. I know for a fact there's a couple times that happened where like they don't know I saw this. Like they think they're trying to get over. Because I see.
Let's face it, they're habitual returners on Amazon, right? And there's also that group on eBay that like are very, very quick to say, I want to return this. So I feel like I blocked them a little more than I should probably, but
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to say that I used to block way more people than I used to. That's kind of probably changed a little bit because the way eBay's made it difficult to see the feedback that the buyer has left for the sellers, because you can't see.
I haven't checked that in a while. I used to. You can't check that now.
You can check it on a desktop,
but you can't.
And it's hidden more than what it used to be. I think you have.
Yeah, I remember it used to be pretty easy to find.
Yeah, you have to like click a little bit more or something, I think, but than what you used to. But I hardly ever check. I used to almost be one of those sellers that was paranoid. I'm checking almost anybody that sends me an offer for years ago when I first started. I'd be like, well, I'm going to accept this based on, how they are. Like, did they leave 3 negatives in a row, or did they leave a negative recently? Yeah,
no, I got you. I mean, my number one rule is obviously if you are someone that is going to leave negative feedback without giving me a chance to correct the issue, you are 100% blocked. There's no chance of you not being blocked. You are 100% blocked. Even if we resolve the issue and you end up taking it down or whatever, it's too late. You already left it without giving me the chance ahead of time. You left it, and then I had to reach out to you. You're done. You're not. I'm blocking you. 100% block rate right there. I don't like. Let's talk about this because I mean, I used to be on a podcast with the Resell Loafers with Dan in Demand. Dan in Demand. There was times he would tell stories about, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, Dan. Let me know a little more about this. He used to leave I mean, he used to block because like some of the questions that they would ask were, I'll admit, I get questions about, I don't want to, that's like, if you can't figure that out on your own kind of deal, and like you're asking, you're almost like setting me up. How do I say it? Like, you're almost like setting me up to where when you get it, you can say, you told me this, and you know what I'm saying? How do I word that? You know, and that person can get blocked.
You can see a problem coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Dan is,
yeah. They're just trying to catch you in a lie. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that sometimes. I think most commonly I get that with my clothing. I'll have buyers message me, and I don't know why. It's been a lot lately, like this year specifically, but I'll have buyers message me asking for measurements. When I don't take pictures of measurements, I put them directly in the description, and they want the pictures of them. I'm like, no, I'm not digging that out just to give you pictures of the measurements when I specifically wrote them down.
Does that person get blocked?
Yes.
They do. Okay.
Like
there, we're now we broke into when Ray will block.
I'll say this. I'm probably a little more aggressive at blocking on eBay, only because I also sell a ton on Etsy. You can't block anyone on Etsy. Really? They have like no blocking feature. So there's so many people. There's this one guy that he was such a problem buyer multiple times on Etsy. And I told him, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. He would ask for discounts. I told him no after so many problems, but he still will buy from me on a rare occasion because you can't block him.
And you have to ship them. Like, you can't say, you know what, I'm canceling this order.
I've done that. Yeah. Eventually I started doing it. I just refunded him immediately after he bought it. Because
what does Etsy think about that?
They never said anything. Maybe it hurts my search algorithm some way, but yeah, so I do respect eBay for at least giving sellers a right to like decline doing business with somebody who's been problematic or you can see being problematic. But
and I didn't want to throw Dan under the bus because I do that too. I had someone ask me, they asked me about a vintage alarm clock with the letters that flip, or the letters, because clocks have letters on them. It says, good morning. The numbers that flip. And they were asking about the plastic cover over, and they were like trying to tell me that like something was wrong with it and it was hazy or so. I don't remember the exact that's just like a generic version of what they said. And after about 3 questions and me not being able to answer it, I was like, you're done. Yeah. Like, we're done here. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
Maybe I was the problem. I didn't have the answer what you were looking for, but you were basically telling me that there was something wrong with it and I didn't see it and I couldn't confirm it. So I was like, we're done. And I sold that clock and I never, that was months ago. So I'll do that too. I will if it's getting to where, I don't know.
Yeah, I think questions are the worst thing that a buyer can do. Like, if it's just, especially I had one and it was even like cancellation. I didn't see the cancellation right away. And they messaged me like 8 times before I even responded.
How many times have you done that where someone sends you a message and you're busy? I mean, like, I know this has to happen to Keith. Like, you're busy, you can't get near the item, and then they buy it. And then you're like, I never answered the question, and they bought it. How often does that happen? Oh my gosh. And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't get to you. Here's the answer to your question.
Or even worse than that, on the same front where people like buy it and then ask the questions after they buy it. Right? That's the worst.
Yeah, that's
a block.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You bought it. I mean, I get a little short with that response. Like, I have definitely said, this is a question that I feel you should have asked before you made the purchase.
Absolutely.
So let me get back to you, and if you want me to cancel the order, I can.
Yeah. I've had that same spiel where you're lecturing them how to do it properly, but it's very backwards.
That's one of the things I think that makes the eBay notification sound dreadful. Like, when you hear that sound, you're like, oh, what is it now?
Man, yeah. I mean, I remember it still bothers that sound. It bothers me a little bit, but early on,
I don't even know what that sound is. I never have my phone notifications on because at work, if I'm like in a delicate appointment, you know,
Yeah,
and I got like a cha-ching going off, and they're like looking at me, right, like a euthanasia or something like that, and the cha-ching is going off.
Not
It's like
trying to make light,
not
but yeah,
a good look. So
You're
I
like,
never had my ringer
leave
off.
me hanging on the high five because I sold something on eBay.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah, not good.
stuck.
So
No,
it's a
that
shame.
would
I don't
not
even know
be
what that
good.
I don't even know
would
what that
not be
sound
good.
is you're talking about. Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean,
You're just over there.
I don't mean to make light, but like,
No, I am making light too.
that would
I
be
mean, it's
like that would be terrible. You're right.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like a really that was a terrible impression of it. That
Yeah. I don't even think that's close.
Is that a question? Is that somebody asking a question?
it's either on mine. It's either a question or an offer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Or the really bad thing, the R word, the rerun, the
Yeah,
rerun.
don't mention it. I didn't have any returns until I
He's
got
gonna
on this
blame us.
podcast.
Our fault. See, he said it. He said it until he joined
Okay.
the podcast.
Yeah.
He never got that's why we brought you here.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm supposed to blame Jimmy.
do it. That's the easiest thing to do. Is just blame me when you get any kind of bad thing that happens on eBay or reselling. Just blame me.
And Death Pile Picker was blaming Jimmy too for his return. I saw in the comments on the new channel. Or maybe he's blaming all of us. I don't know.
I mean, but I think it's easier. Who's left that comment about blaming Jimmy? Yeah, no. I mean, I got we talk about it. We have to talk about it. I had one return at cancellation because we were talking a little bit about cancellations.
Yeah.
And I had our everybody's favorite cancellation. Everybody's favorite. My child was sending or trying to buy something on my phone. That's a tough one for me. I know there's going to be that one person that says that's happened. Their child has done that, and that I don't totally not believe that. But this person I finally accepted their offer on the fourth offer, and it was still lower than I really wanted to take. But I was like, you know what? It's close enough. I'll take it. And Keith was like, hurry up. Over the years and ship it.
Yeah.
And so I get the cancellation, and the note in the cancellation is, sorry, please cancel. My kid was ordering stuff on my phone. Your kid sent me 4 offers. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Good.
No, I'm canceling that. I'm not gonna over the years that. Like, it's canceled, it's relisted. Like, I'm not even.
I had one that I sort of over the years where I followed my policy where it was I got an order and I got it from my warehouse on the way home from work. I was going to ship it the next morning. Then I got a cancellation request, and I already had, like I said, I already put time in to pull that order, so I declined it. But that's haunted me ever since because it somehow there was no auto payment for that one. So it's like waiting for payment for like 3 weeks now. It's probably gonna be there forever.
It's never
so
going
I don't know how to get rid of it because I can't cancel it because I had already declined the cancellation.
So crooked.
Limbo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had a cancellation that was. I mean, I don't know. It was this one time that I decided, you know what, I'm already packing orders, and I knew it was back when I used to have the post office pick up the packages from my house, and I was like, I know they're going to be here in like 15 minutes. It's on the dot every day. They're going to be here within 15 minutes from now. So I was like, I'm going to hurry up and pack this thing up. I'm going to get this out and do the right thing. Get it to the buyer really quick.
Yeah.
Within a day, because they're in my state. They're in Maryland.
Yep.
I'm like, this is going to be the quickest shipment ever. They're going to be so happy. I packed that thing up, put on the label, put it out there. Then I get the cancellation noise.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And I still sent it out.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's going out the door. Yeah, I think
absolutely.
That's where Tim, we're calling it let's just call it the OTY, right? Over the years. Yeah. The OTY approach, if it's boxed, it's going out the door. Like, it's going out.
Yeah, I agree.
What I have one that I'm dealing with. I mean, we're talking about this, the shipping and the late and the cancellations. I have one, man. I had I had dropped it off that morning. It was a baseball glove, and then later that afternoon, I get the message of I forgot to change my addresses. My old address is on there. Can you intercept, like, can you change the address? Can you contact the post office? I'm like, there's a huge fee for that. Like, package intercept has a huge fee, and like, no, and even then it's like it doesn't always work. And I'm like, no, there's not much I can do. Can you go talk to your post office and see? Like, I don't know how far you moved or whatever. Thankfully, they said their post office is going to help them and take care of it. But I was like, man, that thing's going to go all the way to that wrong address. Hopefully, they don't accept it and they return to sender. And it was like a $50 baseball catch or miss sale. I was like, I'm gonna lose that sale. Like, I already know. Like, I might not get my glove back. I was like,
no, but I thought if they do return to sender, they lose their money back guarantee.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I thought that was the case.
So but I still have to refund them, right? Like, I have to at least refund them for the item.
No,
I got my item back.
I don't know. I don't think so completely. I mean, it's the right thing to do, but I'm sure there's a lot of sellers that don't.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't
refund
them any of the shipping.
Way. Yeah,
I would. I mean, if I got the glove back and I can sell it, I would just refund them.
Yeah, exactly. Like the cancellation, one of the messages that person sent me, one of the 8 messages or whatever they sent me, was they said, if I send it to them, they're just going to return the sender. I'm thinking, like, then you have to take a chance of losing your money. Not saying I was going to do it that way, but I mean,
if they're trying to hold you hostage with your own item at that point, then I would be like, oh, try it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your huckleberry.
Yeah. I should just hit mark ship right then and there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about the buyer's money back guarantee. But I've had a lot of that where the buyer like reaches out because they had the wrong address or wasn't deliverable. And the last one, the people did repay for shipping. They often expect you to pay for shipping all over again, right? When we've already paid it once. So.
Yeah, it's we talk about the fun stuff over here, all the fun things about resale. Let's talk about swapping out items. Why don't we? Let's talk about someone selling something to somebody. Since we're here, we're going down this is like the follow the yellow brick road. Oh, we're having fun,
Yeah,
I've had it happen. I've had it happen in the past. Someone on this panel had it happen over. Was it today?
Well, yesterday I got it back.
Yesterday you got it back.
Yeah.
Tell us.
So,
and we hear this is real quick. I don't like talking about this because it's the part of eBay I hate the most, and I don't like sharing that this is something you can do on eBay, but people do it, and we know about it. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
So not only did I have a R word, but it was, like I said, it was a switcheroo cut type of deal. I had a bad feeling about it as soon as the buyer put in their return request, because they were already misusing the return. They said that I sent them the wrong item. That's the reason they selected, even though they sent a picture with a note in there saying that they purchased the wrong one, right? And so basically, it's a Game Boy Advance, just a little booklet manual for one of the Land Before Times, and so, I didn't even know there was really a difference in. I didn't even know there was a model number until I got it back and I opened it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm gonna look this thing over really good, because he so carelessly even shipped it. I put it between like 2 pieces of cardboard, make sure it wouldn't bend or anything. He just threw it in a bubble mail, like one of the soft, thin, really
he put
like
it in a CD jewel case like Dave ADHD. He just put in a CD jewel case and slapped a label on
it. But yeah, I noticed a couple dings on it just from how poorly it was packed. So I started looking at it a little more.
I could tell the color difference right away. Like the tint of the because you sent me that picture you sent of the 2 different ones. You could see it was a different, like the color. One of them was more faded than the other and everything.
I didn't even notice that. It could have been the lighting too, because they were both taken to different rooms. Like one was in my dining room where I opened it up at, and then
the other one was at that person's house.
No. The other one, was mine. Like, so both were my photos.
Gotcha.
So what the item itself? I know you said it was a instruction booklet or something.
Yeah.
The one, is it the same game? The two different booklets?
Both are the same game. It's just the difference is, this is what the switcheroo is. I think one is like a European model.
Okay.
And then the other one's USA. And so I had no idea, like, exactly that there was even a difference or anything, or there could be even a difference in values. But apparently, I think what I was explaining, I asked my buddy Jay, I asked him, because he's very knowledgeable about video games. He said that he thinks that the USA model could have been the first printing. Oh. And so obviously if it's a first print, it's a little bit more. But sad things, that buyer is a seller too.
Yeah,
so that's the worst.
You got to keep an eye on his listing, see if yours pops up.
You didn't you didn't block him though, right? You just left him.
I actually have not blocked him yet. I forgot.
Oh, come on.
Well, okay.
Wait a second, right? You're like giving me crap for blocking somebody, for getting mad at me for not helping, for not canceling.
Is there a way to block somebody on that?
Yes.
I think, in the messaging.
You have to be, if you haven't sent them a message, I don't think you can.
I'm going to do it right now then.
Oh, nice.
Live on this show. We're going to block this guy.
No, I know what you're saying, because whenever I list, somewhere I have a whole where are those? That just reminds. Whenever I list a Nintendo manual, I always take a picture of that, mark that little tag on it, because it'll say like US. The one that you sent him said USA on it, and the one that you got back does not. And I think the USA one has more value. I still don't think it has. I think what it is he's a collector and he needed that one for his collection. I don't think that had that much more value. It's just that's the one he needed. And he thought, he's like, this guy's never going to know. And so I can just send him this one back. And he probably he was still using you just to get what he needed. And he thought it would be no big deal, but little did he know.
Yeah, he's going to be a feature on the Buy It All podcast.
He didn't know he was going to be the.
There we go. Let me cover it up, because
no,
I'm not one of these people. Blocked.
There you go. Nice. I've never had the switcheroo happen, and I've heard nightmares and from friends and other YouTubers. So I've went as far as like videoing myself opening returns. Just I'm waiting for it to happen, right? I'm waiting someday I'll get one, but
you should have one where.
That's how I was, though. I video every single return, and it finally happened.
Am I the only one that's like not worried? Like I need to start. I need to start recording returns. I need to start having miss flips, show my sales, and not be interested in them at all.
Yeah, she hates everything I sell.
That's gonna be good content. I should just post that. Like,
do it.
You did film it? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I filmed it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have a story. It's kind of, I'll try to tell it quick, because I got scammed really bad. It wasn't a switcheroo. It was even worse. I was selling something for a friend, and it was something that they wanted at their job, like at a raffle, and it was a iPhone watch. High dollar item. I sold it for a lot of money. The person got it. They had it for almost the whole 30 days. They started a return. All right. And I'm like, this is a high dollar return. The item showed as delivered. Back, the return showed delivered. I got the prompt from eBay to refund this buyer. The item has been returned. I don't have the item. Check my mail, check my post office, whenever, couldn't find it. Post office at this point is investigating it for me, where it's at. Meanwhile, I have X amount of days to do a return or give a refund, right? We're at 0 hour. Like, I have to do this refund. I don't have the item. I call eBay. Basically, they said, just do the 50% refund that we allow, that because I offer free returns or whatever. So I had to give them half their money back. So I only got to keep half of my money from the sale. I ever got the watch back.
Oh,
When I finally got, the post office got me like this, their machines like will take a picture of the label as it's going through the scanner or whatever. The return label had everything the same except that the address on the label was to the Walmart in my neighborhood. The person literally like photoshopped the label and put that, everything was the same except the address was this, and it said Walmart, and it had the address of the Walmart right there in my neighborhood. So they totally scammed me, like big time. And the Walmart got that probably nothing. It was probably nothing in the package, obviously, but it showed delivered. That's and that one, man. Wow. And there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Like there was like, I literally took the post office that long to give me the information, and I had to give them like that was a really bad scam. And that, I think I ended up calling eBay back later and trying to get the rest of my money, and they couldn't do anything. But a lot of people, and it did make me mad. That person has since shown a history of this kind of, so they have been banned from eBay. But what good does that do me? Well, I guess it keeps them from doing that to me again. But
so
that really sucked.
Your special eBay help didn't help.
And my concierge was no help. No.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for making me feel worse about it.
No, I want to say that I had not like a switcher, but like what you kind of had, where I received something back and it was an empty envelope years ago. It was, okay. People might hate me for saying I was kind of a scalper with something, with tickets.
I already hate you.
So years ago, the Orioles would do a fan fest, and they sell autograph voucher tickets, and you get a chance to get in. You'll buy a voucher, and you'll get 3 autographs, like one of each player that's up there. There's 3 players up there, and I got a chance to actually. I got a Manny Machado voucher, one with him in it, and those things were only selling for like $15, $20 or something like that. And every single one was going for like 100, 150 on eBay. So I listed mine. I'm like, I don't even care. I'll get him down the road or something like that, because he's almost impossible to get. I'll get him at another time. And I would rather just have the money for the vouchers. So I did that. Went to the fan fest myself. Got plenty of other autographs with other vouchers that I've got other guys I wanted. And I get home later that evening, the buyer puts in a return request for the voucher after the event.
Oh.
And of course, it automatically is accepted. And
he was there. You ran into him.
Yeah, they were probably right in front of me in line somewhere.
You guys were probably talking Orioles baseball as buddies.
When I went to the bathroom, I was probably standing right next to him in the urinal,
You guys had that awkward look.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I never even thought about returns with like a live events that like the return your window is going to be long after it.
Well, technically, you're not really. I think they have a lot of limitations with tickets.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to sell.
Were at the same event, and this dude, he said you'll return. You weren't even out of the place yet.
I know. I just got back to my car, and I looked down at my phone like, what the heck is this?
I mean, I have another similar story, but I had a Lego set, or it was a Mega Block set, Halo Mega Block set that had a redeemable code in it, and it had the box, the sticker on the front of the box tells you it has the redeemable code in it, and it literally goes from a $25 set to a $125 set if it has the redeemable code in it. This was brand new, sealed, never been opened, sold it for $125. You better believe I got the return, box is open, redeemed. I think they even said that it had already been used. They lied and said that the code, and it wasn't. It was sealed. It was 100% sealed. And so they returned it to me with they sent it back, and I even got the card back that had the numbers on it, but they had already redeemed it. Like they redeemed, it's for like an online, a special gun that you get in Halo or something like that. So you have to use the code to get that gun within the game. So yeah, I mean, I've had that happen. And again, I was only able to do the 50%. I think I tried to get them to give me the seller protection, but I don't think I got it.
That sucks.
Yeah, we're all about all the positivity and
that's a very negative episode.
Why don't we go into smelly items while we're at it? I mean, we might as well just keep the stench going and talk about what do we do when we buy something that stinks. What's the worst smelling thing you ever bought, Keith? It's got to come out of that basement you're in right now.
The basement doesn't smell too bad, I mean, to be honest. But something I deal with a lot is vintage paper, antique paper, ephemera, and sometimes you'll get that has that classic mildewy smell. You open that box and hit you, and what I'll do it hits you pretty good. And I'll buy like cat litter, special cat litter, and just put it in like a sealed tote with on top of cat litter. Leave it in there for a couple months.
Cats, do you?
I do have cats, but it's not used cat litter. It's not used. It's fresh.
Well, but it could be used by mistake while you're in the process of removing the oil.
I guess. I mean, I don't have these items in a litter box, but no. But that works pretty well though. It does absorb the odor, so that does work.
All right. I just want to make sure, like, I could see like a box lid with some ephemera in it, and then some kitty litter over the top of it, and then Snuggles coming over. And...
Oh yeah, I'm sure they would make use of it, but I keep it in a separate area where the cats don't really get access to my inventory, thankfully.
Well, I mean, what do you do about that question? Because I get the question, smoke-free home. That one I understand, but like most, I say, I got dogs. Like, I don't want you buying it if you're. I mean, I understand there's allergies, but like, I get that question. I'm like, sorry, I have dogs. They ask pet-free, smoke-free home.
Yeah.
Well, smoke-free, but I have dogs.
I've never gotten that question.
I've had it quite a few times. Huh. I had one recently, matter of fact. It was a plush, I think. I guess that's a little bit more important with a plush if it has like dander in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because dander can be problematic.
Yeah, I mean, clothes you can wash. Plush, I don't really. Can you really wash a plush? You can't just throw that in the washing machine, can you?
I mean, you can. I think you can. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay, I've never tried.
I think maybe. You can hit it with some Dawn Power Wash and a scrub brush, no problem.
Here we go.
You could, I mean, fill up the bathtub. While you're in there, just scrub a dub. We'll never know.
Why don't you take you can take the listing picture right in there too, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Rubber ducky.
Freshly cleaned. Yeah.
Hey, there's photo room now. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Yeah.
No, have you guys ever used an ozone machine?
I don't. I haven't. No.
So, one of my first big buys here in Ohio, I got taken for a ride. Sonia walks into the estate sale and she's like, Jim, you got to come in here. And there was a box full of Transformers and Star Wars, like vintage stuff, the 80s and 70s and 80s stuff. And there's a whole box full of it. And it's all the stuff that I want for me and to sell. And everything is in a Ziploc bag. I learned my lesson. All right. I ended up getting it for a really good deal. I paid up. I think I paid $300 for everything. There ended up being one R2D2 in there, the one that has the lightsaber that pops out, that shoots out, that was worth like $200 some. So it was a really good buy for me. And there was a bunch of good Transformers in there. A lot of them are in my collection. But as I opened the Ziploc bags, it was like an ashtray. Every single one of them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was devastated. I was like, almost went bad. I was like so mad. But it was weird because it was an estate sale, but this lady knew the lady that owned the company, and she let her come in there and just sell those. I should have went back and told the lady that owned the company, hey, you're the lady that you let come and sell here. The stuff she had smelled like cigarettes. I should have did that, but that's when I learned about the ozone machine. So, because I had heard of it, I should say I had heard of it. I'd never tried using one. I didn't have one, so I ordered one on Amazon, and because I watched, if you ever get a chance, watch the YouTube video on how it works. If you're into like chemistry and stuff, it's actually pretty fascinating how an ozone machine works. So I first watched the video on how they work, and I was like, I gotta try this. So I bought one, and the first thing you have to do is you have to get the film off the toys. You still have to wipe the the surface film, and then you put them in a airtight area, preferably with some air circulation going on, and you just turn on the ozone machine with all the items in there and try to get that air blowing right across it. And it smells like chlorine. I mean, it's not chlorine, but the ozone machine puts out a really strong chlorine type odor. I found that out because I put it in my sunroom, which is enclosed, and I had all my doors to my house closed, but it was still kind of seeping into the house. And it's not going to hurt you. It can kill plants and it can irritate your animals, but it's not that bad. But I still was like, man, that's a pretty strong odor. Anyways, it worked great. It literally, it removes the odor causing chemical like off the surface of it. It like literally grabs it as it like
that's cool.
The small molecular whatever little pieces. And so anyways, it worked great. Like I sold a lot of those toys from that, and I never got one complaint, no nothing, no. And after I wiped them down, they still had the odor. But after the ozone machine completely got rid of the odor.
How much does that kind of machine run?
I got mine a generic one off of Amazon. I probably paid $60-some.
Oh wow! Okay.
I could probably go back and look.
No,
well, obviously it wasn't a. So what they're mainly used for is apartments that like when an apartment someone moves out and they have to flip in, and then the next person, that's what they'll use to get that odor out. They'll ozone machine the whole place.
Okay,
it's kind of crazy. So if you let us know in the comments if you ever used one, that was pretty cool. I still have it. I've used it a couple times for odor. It also works good on that stale smell. Not as good though, I found. But that cigarette smell, it worked great.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Now that you have that, like, are you okay with buying stuff that smells like smoke? Like, is it, or you see is it too much?
I'm still. It doesn't work as good on stuff that's porous. Is that a word? Porous? Like plastic isn't as porous as like a plush. So like it wouldn't work as good as on a plush. Mm-hmm. Those toys all had a nice hard plastic surface that it could literally just grab, as it went across. So I'm still really careful. The number one thing I'm very careful on, I'm that weirdo that's sniffing stuff at garage sales. You better believe. And every video game console that I pick up, I put my fat nose to the air intake and outtake on the console and smell it, because the worst thing, that's the worst, when you plug a video game console in and that fan inside kicks on and then all that smell comes out of it, you're screwed. Like the whole computer of that, the panel, the whole board in there is just completely cigarette odor, and there's like almost nothing you can do unless you delve into that kind of thing and open it up and clean it out. And
have you ever tried to ozone the whole thing with it running? Maybe it would pull the ozone into
that's a great idea. But the thing is, you can't get that layer of like dust. You still, like I said, you still got to wipe out. You'd have to probably hit it with some air and get that off first. But no, I have not. But that's the worst, man. I've had that happen a couple times.
I should have definitely been smelling some items this past weekend at a yard sale because well, it sucks because when you're outside you don't smell it.
I know, man. Yeah. I know.
But this guy had a bunch of vintage hats and he had different clothes. Like everything was cheap, but the hats were only $1 a piece.
Heck yeah, man.
And I got a Sports Specialties Ravens hat,
nice.
and for $1. But I get home and I'm like, crap. It smells like smoke. And I immediately I have those really nice like good smelling trash bags, and I just threw all that crap right in there.
That's the worst. When those smells start mixing up.
I don't. Well, it's keeping that smell out of the rest of my house, so it's like a blocker right now. Like,
I mean, I'm washing that hat.
I bet for a hat, OxyClean, just like an OxyClean soak would get that out. I
think so.
Yeah.
Because I do that for I just soak it for half an hour, depending on the hat. I mean, a red hat, you don't want to soak too much, but probably just put that in some OxyClean and probably do it.
A lot of times, what I'll do, I'll put like stuff like that in a tote with some baking soda. Like I'll have like a little container with some hose poked in the lid or whatever for baking soda, and I can leave it in there probably for a couple weeks, and then I'll take it outside, and I'll just sit in the sun for like a couple hours, something like that, and I'm telling you, it just needs to air out.
Yeah. I mean, definitely if it's something you can wash. I
Yeah.
had one of my worst. I bought them. You know the chalk line jackets, the all over print, beautiful chalk. Bought a Miami
Fanimations.
Dolphins one. It was beautiful, but it smelled so bad. And I did what Keith said. Don't ever OxyClean soak a chalk line jacket though. It bled everywhere. It bled all the color. It was ruined. I ruined it. Like the color bled. It was all teal and orange everywhere. And it was just I destroyed it. But I had to try something because it stunk so bad.
I actually did. Ironically, I soaked a chalk line Fanimation Michael Jordan jacket last week, but I did it and it's a red one too, which was risky, but it was so stained.
Yeah.
And I did for a few minutes and then washed it, and it didn't bleed at all, thankfully. But
I let that Dolphins one sit for over 24 hours because and I didn't know. It's probably what it was. I let it soak too long.
I'll let clothes soak for 2-3 days at a time. But the certain colors you just can't. Yeah.
Yep. It was ruined.
I think I just honestly I won't do it that long. I'll probably soak any hats or clothes that I'm trying to clean. I'll probably let them soak for a few hours at most. If that's not going to help it, I don't feel like messing with it any further than that. Personally.
I mean, I will I do the Oxy what's the Oxy White Restore? Is that what it's called? What's the one?
That's one.
I'll do those for a longer time. I'll do a pile of whites that are all a little dingy I'll let those soak for a couple days in a nice Oxy. I think it's called White Restore or something like that.
Yep.
It's crazy how shirts are like yellow, and they'll completely white.
I've done some really good. Yeah, I mean it's fun to see the results. That's Sonia loves my wife. She loves that. She likes to see. She's like, look at that water, and she's like, it's so gross, and she's all proud of how good of a job it did.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's great. That's fun. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
I had some video games that I bought, like some Xbox games last year. I think it was last year, and I didn't even notice until I got home. I opened them up, and the manual, all the booklets inside, and I guess because it was in there so long, even the disc started to smell like that. But it was like this musty, moldy smell. There was no sign of moisture anywhere, like not on the outside cover or anything. And I basically had to trash them. There was no way. I tried everything. I sat them out in the sun.
I wonder if that ozone machine would have worked on them. It might
probably.
Yeah.
Keith, because the age of the stuff you sell, and then kind of we'll talk a little bit about I kind of want to delve into that a lot because you probably deal with that more than all of us. That smell, we all know that smell, that older basement, older building smell. The kind of places you pick and the kind of stuff you're picking, do you deal with that a lot, or?
I mean, some of the cleanouts for sure. They have that characteristic, I guess, the same smell as a storage unit. I don't know what
smell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to be mean, but
no, I'm sure that's it. But that's
the technical term.
Yeah, that's it. But I think the items themselves, I don't feel like once you get them out of those environments, they don't really continue to carry an odor. At least what I've had.
Right. What about mothball? Do you deal with that a lot? Is it called mothball? Is that the right?
Camphor or whatever it is. No, I don't use. I don't know if I've ever had anything with mothball smells. Okay. I don't really think people use that anymore as much. But moths are always an issue with, felt and pennants. So I'll freeze pennants before I get them in my inventory. I have a box freezer in my warehouse. Moths love felt and vintage wool. So that's that.
Are they not? Maybe I don't know exactly what a moth is then.
Well, it would be the same as a moth you see flying around the night in the summertime, but there's closed moths that like will feed on like your certain. It's only
Are they
natural.
smaller or?
Yeah, they're a little smaller. Yeah,
Huh.
they only feed on like natural
I mean, I knew
type
they.
of cloth.
I didn't know there was different kinds. I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
mean, I heard of that. Huh.
yeah. So they won't like feed on like a polyester jersey, but if you have like a vintage wool jersey or felt or cotton, they'll destroy it if you
Well,
leave them there.
freezing
Just
them
let
is the way to go, huh?
Yeah, freeze them. Just make sure you don't bring any kind of eggs or anything into your rest of your inventory. So
Oh,
it's
that would suck.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Jeez.
Huh. I mean, I'll leave something out in my like garage when it's cold out if it has a smell or whatever. But I've never froze anything. You have like a special freezer for that then? Like you're not putting it in there with the prime ribs and stuff and the
I
ribeyes.
don't know. No, I have a box freezer in my warehouse. I got it for free, so I only use it for that. I'll freeze a batch of pennants there, and then I bring them home, and Mrs. Flips photographs them for me. So we have a whole system going. But
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I wouldn't be allowed to bring it into our regular freezer. I'm sure. Yeah,
Going to pull dinner and there's a couple.
yeah,
There's a jacket. Just push the jacket and the pennant to the side. It's just
yeah, yep, exactly.
Yep. Just pulling your prime rib out to defrost and
you know,
you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
wait a second. Oh my god. Yeah, smelly stuff is a problem that we all kind of. I mean, we all kind of have to deal with and how we handle it. I mean, I think the ozone machine, but like we bought a bunch of Carhartts. They didn't smell like cigarettes, but they just had that old dingy odor. And Sonia and I went down to the laundromat and we washed every single one of them in the big old giant laundry machine, the $10 machine. Good night. $10 for a load of laundry. What
Dang.
the heck, man?
Mm.
But we got them all in there. We got a bunch of Carhartts in there. And then we let them air dry out. I don't know. We just put them out on one of our clothes rack that we set up outside just to air dry them. And it helped a lot, but I don't know. Keith, tell me, let's talk about your crazy, what you're into right now. Because for starters, tomorrow, Wednesday night. Wait, this is coming out before that. After that, dang it, we're gonna miss that.
Well, I have a show this week. This will come out Monday, whatever date this is. But I have a show on Wednesday night as well. That's vintage toys. I have some cool vintage toys in that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I bought a massive collection with a buddy. I pulled a buddy in on the deal. I mean, I in my videos I'm saying it's a 3,000 square foot basement. I didn't measure it, but it's
right.
I mean, we've been there 4 or 5 weeks now. We're probably slightly over halfway through it, removing stuff. I mean, it's immense.
And I mean, it's nothing but vintage, right? Like, there's some really. What's the oldest piece you've pulled out of there?
There's definitely 19th century pieces for sure. A lot of 19th century stuff, but that's probably more ephemera than like toys. There are some early like tin litho toys that I'm pulling out.
Yeah.
But thankfully, a lot of this stuff I've bought. This was a friend of mine who was sort of my mentor in the hobby with like setting up at shows. I used to set up with this guy at the National years ago, and I bought like 2 storage units from him, a 3-car garage unit from him. So I bought a ton of stuff from him in the past. Like all my warehouse stuff that I've sold on Dibdit in the past all came from this gentleman. But the basement seemed to be where he kept a lot of his like retail arbitrage stuff that he bought back in the 80s and 90s. Like today, you might have seen me on Instagram, Jimmy. We found a box of like Ninja Turtle trash cans that were never out of the box, a case of them. So it's a fun collection to go through.
Yeah,
And,
that's so.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask too many, but like on the details of this going in on it together, like is it like is it like an even split, or did you say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what he said I'm looking for, or how are you guys?
It's an even split. It's even split. He's more of a sports guy, primarily all sports. I mean, I'm more of a sports guy too, but I've dealt more with toys.
Right.
But it's been awesome bringing him in because he's a hustler like me. This is his full-time gig. So he'll take a van load of stuff to auctions we're having auctions run stuff for us like 2 or 3 times a week. and just bulking it out. And I'm keeping the best stuff to run on Dibdit or sell on eBay. Yeah, so it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, you've shown me some of the things. There's one thing that we're still kind of working out a deal on. I'm just kind of waiting to see how.
Yeah, I think he's right there.
Yeah, that's
it. Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica
Yeah.
piece, man. That's freaking awesome. Do you have what kind of going is? Do you have a find of the week from there right now? We forgot to do that last week. Do you guys have your finds of the week? We're not doing sales of the week. Sales or sales? How do you guys do that? Sale or
sales of the week. Sale
Some
of the
people say
week.
sell of the week.
I never heard that, but
So, like when they're typing out, they do SELL of the week.
Really?
I do.
I've never heard.
They just might not be able to spell. Maybe I don't know.
I've seen. You guys haven't seen someone do that and it drives you nuts?
No, never.
Maybe it's my dyslexia. You guys we do finds of the week over here because we buy it all over here.
Yeah.
Except for when we're buying hats at a estate sale and I don't buy them all because there's some ugly trucker hats in there, and people tell me I should have bought them all, but I still didn't buy them all.
Oh, I thought that was the tornado one that you didn't buy it all.
Oh, that one, the tornado hat. That's the hat that lives in infamy.
Yeah.
For the tornadoes. Do you have a find of the week from your big?
Yeah, I do. This is from the basement. The same basement.
In the box.
In the box, a little
on
Mego.
Card, I mean?
Yeah, on card, Mego, Incredible Hulk.
I saw the one that wasn't on card. You sold that one already.
Yeah, that guy sold this one though. We found some 70s on card stuff. I have a couple other pieces we found today, but that's pretty. I mean, the card's not perfect, a little dinged up, but to find it on card, that's cool.
So I have him with that, and he's missing an arm. And I remember when I comped him, he was hard to. There's not a lot listed.
Yeah,
there's not a lot. I don't know if I saw one on card. Maybe there is.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even comp him out yet, so I don't even know what he brings. But
that's wild. What year is that?
I think it's 75.
I have him somewhere. I wonder where I put him.
Oh, this guy's actually 78. I thought he was a little earlier. 78 on this one.
But I know the one I have. I can't find the arm. So when I bought it, he came in a box lot and he was just missing his arm altogether.
That's pretty cool.
The one I sold was missing. His arm was loose too. So I wonder maybe his arm is susceptible to injury. It sounds like. Yeah.
He's not quite hulkish
at
the arm, at that joint.
Yep.
What do you got, Ray? What do you got for your find of the week? I only got pictures because my find of the week.
I have mine that was actually from 2 weeks ago, even though I had way more finds this past weekend because there was community yard sales that I hit. But and I told you I haven't been sourcing much, but except for this past weekend. But 2 weeks ago, I went to the flea market and I found this Panthers foam head.
Oh wow, Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers.
Huh? Never even saw one of them.
So
you see the back? Well, that's kind of cool.
So the foam heads, they can actually go for a good bit of money. This one's probably about when it's football season, it's like 50, 60. But if you see, there's a lot of other teams. I just pulled them up. Like Broncos one.
I've seen them
sold for 115.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I have an Eagles one in the other room. In my collection.
They're pretty. They could be pretty sought after. Actually, on my Instagram, I had put out a reel a long time ago. I was watching what was it? 8 Simple Rules. I don't know if you guys remember that show. I think with John Ritter.
Yeah. Isn't that the one he was making when he passed? That's the show he was.
Yeah. Yes. But there was an episode where he was sitting there and I don't know, he was wearing a Michigan Wolverines foam head, and his daughter says something about it, and he's like, "Well, you can't find them anymore." And it made me think. I'm like, I'm gonna look these up. I'm gonna see. It just made me think. I don't know if you guys ever watch TV and you're like, "Wait a minute, I see something. I'm gonna look this up, see what the value is now." And they were well over $100. So I think they might have been maybe even 150 at the time when I looked at that one.
Well, if you delve way back into the archives of old school flips picker videos, I I was at a yard sale and I bought a cookie jar. It was made, I always look for made in the USA, and it said cookie time on it. And it was like, it was cheap, like $10. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it. It's a cool looking cookie. I still look for them and I flip them if they're the right ones. I got it home and I started looking up the comps on it, and it was worth like $500-$600. I'm like, what is happening? This is just a made in the USA cookie jar that says cookie time on it. The second listing or so I was looking, I was like, I got to delve into this listing and find out why. It's because it was the same cookie jar that was sitting on the counter in most episodes of Friends.
Oh, wow.
And so people in the posting would call it the Friends cookie jar. I bet you if you go look up on eBay Friends cookie time cookie jar, you'll see it. And so my video, I bought it. I have the video where I'm like, I know my thumbnail's about that cookie jar being like a $500 whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was doing when I bought it. Like I hadn't say, oh, I saw that on TV. I just bought it and then found out afterwards that I found some that was the same as they had on the counter on Friends or something. I think it was Friends. I'm pretty sure it was Friends.
I just looked it up. Their comps are crazy.
Yeah. Is it still high?
Yeah, they're like $800-$900. I'm seeing on the asking price at least.
I'm glad that he verified that. I didn't make that story up.
Yeah, because I was looking it up because we found a ton of cookie jars in the basement. So I'm making sure we didn't find that one. I haven't seen it yet.
It's kind of a bolo. I always look for made in the USA cookie jars, and if they're cheap, I just buy them. If they're not, I look them up because they can be worth some money.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe $80-$90 cookie jar, and then it ends up being $600 cookie jar when I sold it. Yeah, so bolo right there.
It's crazy how much pop culture influences.
Yeah.
The value of items.
So then why the one that you had on, it must not be worth much at all, especially the Panthers, man. Come on. You might as well just keep that for your first.
I mean, right now the highest souls on NFL ones is 49ers, but that one's new. Actually, both the top ones are 49ers, and then the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos must be pretty good, I guess, huh?
I mean, even though they're struggling right now, you could just walk around and be going, rawr, rawr.
Yeah.
It's not a reselling topic. You see those new NFL Crocs that came out?
I did not.
Oh no, I did. Yeah.
I'm super disappointed with the Eagles ones, but the like the Vikings have like horns coming out the side of them. They're awesome. The Eagles are pretty boring. I bought them anyway.
Have wings?
They should. That's what I want, wings flying out the side, but no,
they have them.
They're nothing, just like an eagle emblem on them. But the Vikings,
like at least an eagle head on it or something.
I don't think the Ravens even got one yet.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see the Ravens, but
yeah, they said that they were gonna release them like through now to like maybe 2027. I'm like, why the wait?
Yeah, that's weird. You didn't put them on at the same time.
Yeah. I gotta look at what the Broncos one.
I don't remember seeing the Broncos, but definitely.
Yeah.
John Elway mug.
They just have to follow the script, the NFL script. So they know the Ravens.
We're not going to be able to do this podcast much longer if we're going to go there. I don't buy it for a second. I don't believe in the rigged NFL, the scripted NFL. Oh boy!
I'm just saying that because you always tell me to follow the script. So
no, I'm just yeah. I mean, the Ravens followed the script. You know what I'm saying? Except for Lamar Jackson.
Oh
yeah, man!
Derrick Henry fumble.
And then the Eagles. That was scripted at the end of that, and I lost. If that wouldn't have happened at the end of that game, I win too. Come on, man!
I'll tell you, I can tell I'm getting old now because I was at the game. I go to every Eagles game, home game, and I jumped around so much at the end of that game, hugging random men. We're dancing in the aisles. I like sprained every muscle in my legs, my calves. I was limping around to work all day Monday, just from dancing around for the blocked field goal.
Yeah, I've gone to a lot of Broncos games, and it's the Broncos have a really good crowd, really loud. They get into it. They do the Rocky Mountain Thunder, where they stomp your feet on the floor and it makes boom boom boom. And I did that a lot. And then I had some medical things, and I had some surgeries in my stomach and stuff, and my stomach's compromised, if you will. And I went to a game afterwards. I'm like, we're done here.
Yeah.
I'm that guy that's just sitting there.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
Oh, it's so done.
Oh yeah. I came home and like crashed for like 3 hours after that game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about your guys' hats and you guys being furries with your hats and stuff, and you guys go to the furry conventions with your eagle hat and your Panthers hat.
I mean, I won't wear it on the podcast, but I do have a full size eagle mascot.
I knew it.
Costume.
I knew
it. It's all furry. I can grab the head if you want to see it, but I don't have the full body's in the closet.
That's a whole nother podcast.
We're gonna do a Halloween episode and everybody's dressed up as Keith's costume.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird, guys. Just don't make it weird. If you start purring, Ray, we're done. If you put that thing on. But whenever I see an eagle, I gotta make that sound. It sounds nothing like an eagle, but I go screw, screw.
It's more like a crow, actually, but like a raven, probably.
Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like a raven.
I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know. Oh, I gotta show my find of the week. My find of the week is older too, but it was a Facebook find. You guys know about it. I saw the posting and it said posted 3 minutes ago. It said $100. Come and get them. And it was a town that was 23 minutes away from my house. And I messaged the guy. I was like, hey, I might need to make a couple trips, but can I come and pay you for these? It was $100. Can I come and pay you for them? And then I'll make a couple trips taking them home. And he's like, come and get them. And so I got all these blow molds, man.
Wait, didn't you talk about this last episode now?
No, I didn't.
We showed him on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. We didn't do a find of the week last week, but I forget why we were talking
about. All right, then I can do a different one. Dang it, Ray.
That's all right. This is a great find.
Listen, I'm old, Ray. I don't have a find of the week now.
Well, I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that. You should have.
No, you're right. I thought. Listen, I do RIN all the time now, and I was on another live, and I just forgot. Now
like you left us with nothing. We didn't get to share last week. You did.
Yeah,
that's right. That's how we roll over here. Well, I'm just gonna make up a find of the week. Then look, I found this transformer.
Ah.
It was on my desk. Been there for 3 years. No, that's all I had. Dang it.
Sorry.
Hold on, I got one right here. It's a plush. It's fun. I'm done. I don't have a find of the week. It's a Bear in the Big Blue House plush. Look. You guys help me. Save me. Look. You guys know about Bear in the Blue House? Bear in the Big Blue House?
A little bit.
Never even heard of that at all.
Bolo. Plus, I listed this little 9-inch plush for $80. Mm-hmm. I've sold Bear in the Big Blue House plushes for over $100 before. For whatever reason, I mean, they're a super bolo.
Is that a TV show or something? Or
yeah, it was a TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Disney, right? I think.
Is it Disney? I don't know.
I think it is. But I feel like it's one of the ones that isn't on even Disney Plus. I'm not sure. Not that I go looking. But,
look at some of these though. Like this guy's a character from it. Sold for $300. Yeah. So I sold I sold this guy right here, Tutter. That's the one I found. I found that at the 100-mile sale in Virginia when I was there.
Is it a mouse?
I sold that. Yeah, it's a little blue mouse.
Okay.
I sold that one for almost $200.
Jesus.
So yeah, little Bear in the Big Blue House is a. See, so you guys thought I didn't have a find of the week after my stupid blow molds that I told for 3 weeks in a row now. You thought I was my amnesia or whatever I have going on. What's your hat? Is that a Scooby-Doo hat?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Scooby-Doo.
What are the green things? I was like, is it slime? What are the green things?
No, it's like eyes.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay,
cool. Yeah, so I actually was at a sale that was pretty cool, except I got ripped off. I'm not happy.
Uh-oh.
I got a story since we got a little bit of time. I went to the sale, and the lady, she knew I was a reseller, and she even like, I know what you're doing. I know. She's like, whatever. But she's like, she didn't know what her stuff was really worth. She had it all priced. It all had prices on it. That's where I got that plush for $2. And I got the Wiggles plushes. Those are also bolos. I got Captain Feather's sword and some of the dinosaur and Wag the dog. All these Wiggles plush. They're all $2 a piece. And I got some toys, and I got an action figure that I listed for $130 that was in a bag that was $3, stuff like that. And it was all pre-priced. So like I didn't really get ripped off, but I like the first day I went, she made the pile. She even like, I'll take $5 off. It came to 55, it was $50. So I gave her $50. Well, she said, come back tomorrow. I'm pulling out another whole bunch more tubs of all kinds. I got a lot more stuff like that. So the next day, me and Sonia went back. I don't know why she was a little more. She was like chippy with me. I don't know. She like wasn't as happy that it wasn't like she like thought I ripped her off the day or I don't know. But she brought out new tubs and they were all priced too. So she was like a flea market seller who was getting rid of her inventory. Anyway, so everything was pre-priced. Everything. So me and Sonia started making a pile, and they come over. Like, oh, you want us to put this over by the table for you? I was like, sure. I'll bring you another box. So she took the one box, and then she brought us the second box, and then we started filling that up. So then we're getting ready. We're done, and she's like, she had already added up the first box, and then she added up the second box, and it came to like it was $64.50 is what she said. And Sonia looked at me. She's like, that seems high. And I was like, whatever. Like I still know there's some really good stuff in there. Let's just, And so we bought it, and then Sonia was like, let's add that up. Like, oh, it was literally only $40 that we had. We double checked it. Like it added up to only $40. Where did she get $64.50 from? And so she overcharged us. Like she had to do it on purpose, right? Like I was like, maybe if it was $2 but it was like $14.50 off.
She threw that 50 cents in there just to make it seem legit, right? Yeah. Nobody's gonna make up 50 cents.
Wow.
I'll teach you to pick at my garage sale. I mean, now 2 plush are gonna pay for everything I bought, and I bought a bunch of stuff, and it was a fun sale, and there was a lot. I bought a lot of vintage stuff. It was 90s and early 2000s stuff. But that stuff still moves and sells really well. And I bought a bunch of it, but it was kind of like, it's just one of those things where like, why did she do that? I don't know. Like, I feel like she had to have done it on purpose. Like that was such a big variance.
Yeah, because I mean, I can understand like you accidentally paying her too much, like if money stuck together or something like that. That's the only way I think that.
I've done that before.
Like, yeah, I've done that before too.
Jimmy, you saw my video this Saturday where I was like trying to do the math and struggling with math. So maybe that was the woman's joke. Maybe she just hit 20 instead of 2 one time, and maybe it was an honest situation. But
yeah, you're right. It could have been. Yeah. Because when I was watching your video, I was like, I'm already like, I have no idea how much he owes. Like I have
no idea. Well, the one book had 2 different tags on it. Then he wouldn't sell that book anyway. So I was all thrown off.
Well, yeah, go check out Vintage Sport Flip's latest video. You might have put another video.
No, that's my latest. Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching. I was like, Keith, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, I'm so lost on how much he owes. I guess that's right.
I had no idea.
You even broke out the calculator. I was like, still confused.
Some reason when there's 50 cents involved, that throws me all off.
Right.
I mean, I can calculate doses and stuff, but when I'm like adding 50 cents and $4, I know now I know it's $4.50, but on the spot in the heat of the battle,
So I got charged way more than I should have for all that stuff. I'm just glad it was good quality items. All fun vintage stuff. Like I got it's just like those they're kind of obscure. Like I got Powerpuff Girl little bag, like all those cartoons that like the stuff sells, Powerpuff Girls sell, Wiggles sell. Like I said, the Bear in the Big Blue House. I found Chuck E. Cheese stuff from like early 2000s. That stuff sells. It's all stuff that sells. So it was really good.
There's probably a lot of stuff from people like the people who are getting full-time jobs now, and like from just nostalgia of their childhood, they have some disposable income.
She had so much stuff though. Like she had, there was a lot of stuff that wasn't good. There was a lot of Precious Moments types plushes. There was tons of like the basic Disney little plushes with all the tags on them. She had a ton of Tweety Bird and Sylvester stuff. She had some SpongeBob stuff that we comped, and it wasn't worth paying $2 a piece for. But like would have 20 different SpongeBob plushes. It wouldn't be just like 2 or 3. She had a whole tote full of so I came up to one and the thing said Wiggles and it said Wiggles on it. And that's where I probably got 15 Wiggles plushes out of there. It was crazy.
Wow. I didn't even know they did plushes for them.
Yeah. The Wiggles Captain Feathersword.
Okay.
Bolos.
Wow. I mean, I thought for sure you'd buy the Precious Moments and then you can paint them and then, put them on Etsy like people are doing.
Like people are doing, Ray, huh? Like other people are doing.
What do they paint them like? Because my dad, like we talked before, but my dad's a bit of an amateur artist. I'll give him some Precious Moments to paint. But what are they making them into?
There's people around here that keep buying them up. Every yard sale I go to, there's
Halloween. They turn them into like Jack Skellingtons or whatever. They'll turn them into skeletons or Wolfman or whatever. They'll turn them into like a Halloween looking character instead of the innocent little teardrop eyes that they are. I think I'm pretty sure you just do a quick search and you're going to find some custom Precious Moments. And there are certain ones because they want to turn them into something. So they're so popular for painting that they are worth money. Mm-hmm. I don't know but there's a couple of them out there that are really popular. If you ever see them, buy them because people want to turn them into whatever. Yeah, I don't know which ones though.
They do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've seen people do like the Addams Family characters and and you're right. Like if there are certain ones, because if the less they have to change, some people will take extra like clay and add a couple things to it, but the less they have to do, those ones I think are worth a little bit more to somebody.
I talked about this last week. This is one of the paintings. I don't think it'll show it on my camera, but this is a picture of a baby that my dad painted into like a zombie unicorn or something. Can you see this thing?
Barely, but that looks cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like very creepy, but that sold immediately in the antique shop. So yeah, that similar idea to the Precious Moments, I guess.
I was telling Sonia about that because Sonia she was watching a TikToker that was doing. I was like, that's what Keith's dad does. He was talking about that on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's like a lot of those antique photos have zero value. I mean, they're a little value, $1 or $2, but like to a decorator piece, you turn into a Halloween decoration.
Well, I mean, some of that stuff actually sells all year round too, because there's a lot of like horror conventions and stuff now.
Yeah.
Compared to what there used to be.
Yeah, sure.
And there's plenty of people selling stuff like that there. Like they're making a killing with it.
Yeah, I mean something like because there's definitely horror stuff. I don't put in the Halloween category because horror stuff. There's so many collectors that it sells year round. One of my best finds ever was a 10-cent VHS. It was the original media brand or whatever copy of Halloween. I bought it for 10 cents now. The guy said the VHSs were 10 cents and all I had was a quarter on me. So I gave him a quarter for it. So I actually paid 25 cents for it. But I think I sold that for like $280 and is because the sleeve wasn't in great condition. So if you look up Halloween media VHS, there's also the media what's that other cassette tape that they had back in the day that wasn't on VHS? Betamax. That one's not worth quite as much as the VHS.
Okay.
I had that VHS. It took me a while to move it, but it sold for well over $200. One of my best flips because of what I paid for it.
Oh yeah, anything under $1. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was cool, yeah. And I couldn't believe it when I bought it. I just bought it because it was Halloween. Like, I was like, I always look for horror VHS, and if it was like 10 cents, so It was the only one I bought. Like, it was the only VHS that was horror in that whole stack of. He had a whole tub full of them, and I picked that one out. I was like, you know what? For 10 cents, I'll find out. And I got to the car and I looked at it, I was like, holy. Yeah, that was. Always look for horror VHS, folks, and look them up if you don't know.
Either horror or wrestling.
Yeah,
I've done really well with a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Did you give him a quarter just so you could say I paid more than he was asking for this VHS?
You know what? I wish I didn't have my camera rolling, of course, so it didn't really happen. We already all know that. It didn't actually really happen.
So this didn't happen at all?
It did not happen. It's not, because I didn't get it on video. But it was, like, to me, it's a really fun story. It's why I love doing this, because that day was not going good. That sale looked like a crappy sale. And I was like, and I even walked away from that sale thinking, all I bought is this one crappy VHS for a dime. Like, it's not going to be worth a lot. It might be worth I'm thinking it might be $15, $20 VHS. This sale even something, the day is just going crappy and I'm not finding anything. That's probably why I didn't wear the GoPro, because the day was just going bad and I was frustrated. Yeah. And then, so for me, the story's great. For my personal picking the story, like, I love thinking about that day when I found that, and I was like, man, that day was going so bad. And then I find that, it's some people's, like, if it's in better condition, it's worth a lot more. If it was brand new, it'd be worth over $1,000. So, there's a lot of VHS collectors that want that specific VHS for their collection. They don't have it. And that's what was really cool, is the guy that bought it, that reached out to me, and I gave him a little bit of a cut on the price. He was like, this is for my personal collection. He sent me a picture of the stuff, where it was going and stuff. So I enjoy bringing that to that collector.
Yeah, that's always nice where it ends up in the right spot too. I mean, I don't mind dealing with resellers, but when I sold an antique football photo recently to a guy whose grandfather was in the photo, and the grandfather, his father, and this guy all went to that same college. So pretty cool. Like, when that kind of piece ends up in the right spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Ray.
Sorry, I've had something where it's like some politician had like some advertisement, like flyers and stuff like that, and the rest of the family, like, I guess because he didn't even get it, but the whole family, like, moved to Germany or something like that at some point, and some of the family members seen that I had a listing for a flyer, and they wanted it. Like, so it's kind of cool just to see like that, and it back up, to the family. They appreciate it so much. It wasn't worth much, but it's a cool story. Yeah,
it's worth a lot to them. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a good topic. That's a topic we should go into on not just that specific, but like, because we get, as resellers, we kind of get, there's people that don't like what we do, and they think we're this and that, and we steal from the poor and blah blah blah, and we're keeping. But like, I enjoy saving collectibles from the landfills. And I also enjoy the part of getting that collectible to a collector. Yeah, they're paying a higher price than I did for it, but it's a collectible that they really wanted, and now they got, because I was able to find it, save it, and get it to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to me, that's important. Like, that's fun, and that's, it's definitely a big part of what I do, and I know it's a big part of what you guys do. Keith, big time what you do. And we shouldn't take heat for doing that. Like, people shouldn't be busting our chops for doing that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that'll make good topic for next time.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it.
All right, guys. What do we got going? I'm gonna be out of town. I'm going to the East Tennessee meetup. It was like a real good opportunity for me, because I got to go back to Virginia to get those pants I was talking about. Did I talk about that on here?
I think RIN. I think.
Oh yeah. So we got a little bit more time. Well, last time I was there, I was going through my Sonia's granny's shed, and we found some really old pants from like the 50s and 60s, and there were some decent money, but they had a lot of bugs in them, like, because they were in a shed, and they were actually stuffed up in the crevice to keep critters out. So they had all kinds of webs and bugs and everything, and spiders, and literally I'd pull them out and I could see them crawling on them. And I had my car full of inventory from the weekend of picking, so I wasn't going to put the pants in there with them. I'm not doing it. So I left them and I was like, I'll go back and get them. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to go to Virginia, get those pants, and then from there, she's only like 3.5 hours from that meetup in East Tennessee. So from there, I'm going to go there and go to that meetup. So that's what I got going on.
Nice. That'd be fun. The locker room guys putting that one on, right?
Yeah,
Or at least part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That's
a
awesome.
lot of people involved with that. It's going to be fun. I'm sharing a hotel room with my favorite podcast co-host of all time, Mike, the Death Pile Picker.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Interesting.
Cool.
That'd be
That
fun.
should be fun. That's going to be a great time, right, Mike? Right, Mike?
Oh, man.
All right. That's cool. So for me, I have a video coming out every Saturday, 1:00, and then I have a Did That show this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, selling some really cool vintage toys. There's like a Homie the Clown doll in there. There's a talking Pee Wee Herman doll. There's all kind of cool vintage toys in that sale. Wednesday, 7:00 on dibda.com.
Yeah, and go over to dibda.com because he's got all that stuff preloaded, right? It's already in there, preloaded. So go check it out. You can put in pre-bids, so go check it out.
Yeah, you don't have to be there on the live. I've been preloading it a couple weeks in advance, so I think I have like 3 weeks loaded up at this point.
That's right.
So yeah,
The Clown is sweet.
And like always, I'm exclusively just to the Buy It All podcast. So this is where you can catch me right now.
All right.
Very cool.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week on the Buy It All podcast.
See you guys.